Tonight, the home opener for the Toronto Blue Jays live on Sportsnet. Jays and Tigers first pitch about 7:07 p.m. Eastern, but I urge you, be on your couch or in this building well before 7:07. There's a lot going on. There's a lot to see. Mark Shapiro is the president of the Toronto Blue Jays. Look, the president of a major league team to get ready for a season is work enough. I don't want to speak for you. I've never been the president of a baseball team, not yet anyway. It seems like a lot of work. When you have a $300 million renovation also going on simultaneously, how was your offseason, Mark? And good to see you.
That is an additional stressor for so many people in this building, not just me, but everyone's doing their regular job. But you're right, fielding a team, preparing the stadium, thinking about everything else we do to prepare for game days and produce the events that go on in this building. And then on top of that, not just executing on this phase one of the renovation, but preparing for phase two, which is a complete re-envisioning of the lower bowl. So we are undertaking a major project to transition a last generation stadium that was kind of homogeneous and the same circular to a ballpark with the nuance and character that comes with that and all the great parts of baseball that make this a baseball event stadium, really.
And you bring it up, it's worth reminding people at home, this is phase one of two. Next year, the lower bowl, you're tearing it up. Is it almost more tricky this coming winter? Phase two?
It'll be more anxiety, really. I mean, there's going to be a moment. There's going to be a moment, probably in January, that we'll be sitting at this vantage point, look back, and there will be nothing there. I mean,
wow.
Nothing in the 100 level. Yeah. No bowl there. No seats, no clubhouses, no anything. And then we'll realize that like 4 months later, we're going to have to play baseball here.
So a low anxiety moment for Mark Shapiro.
Yeah, in a career full of plenty of anxiety-riddled moments, that'll be another one to add to the mix.
I'll ask about the team in a bit, but this renovation's significant. And for most of my life, look, this building's been around since 1989. When it opened up, really, really, really cool. But after a while, some things became a little dry. And like the cavernous bullpens, the moat that existed between the playing surface and the fans. And the more new ballparks opened up, specifically, I know you drew inspiration from a lot of parks. I would always look at Seattle and Safeco Field, T-Mobile Park now, and I would see how close the fans were to the bullpens. I would see the social areas in the outfield. And I always said to myself, that's cool.
Yeah.
And Mark, you've essentially done that. Congratulations. This place looks completely different.
Yeah, we're on our way. It like you said, it's nothing that was done wrong. It's just done for a different generation, not just of baseball, but a different generation of entertainment, of sports, different level of competition for how people spend their time and use their discretionary entertainment dollars and the way they watch the game. It's obviously they're watching it on their phones. They're watching it very different in-home product than there was in late 1980s, which I actually can remember, unfortunately. So yeah, I think we have to have more reasons for people to come. The most important one, obviously, being the team in the field, which is pretty darn compelling this year and hopefully will be for quite a while. But also, we need to be able to provide different fans that want to watch the game in different ways. More representative of our city, more representative of the different entertainment options, the different foods, as you've sampled, that are out there. So I think as people come in this year and they circulate, which is easier to do now in the outfield, they're going to see neighborhoods that are reminiscent of the best patio in Toronto that just happens to be in this building, and lots of other options as well.
Was hot dog poutine your idea? Admit it. Was it your idea? Let's go, Mark.
Nothing surrounding hot dogs are my idea. We've got better people, more qualified in that area.
Okay, so maybe not your idea. All right, I'll take back the fist bump. And before we move on, I just want to make it very clear what happened here. The gentleman to my left, your right, had a major construction project in the city of Toronto, had a date that he wanted it done. It's done, correct, this phase?
It is done, this phase.
And it's completed. Will you run for mayor of Toronto? Because we have some serious construction issues in this town.
I'm here to announce I am a Canadian citizen now, so I could run.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Shapiro.
So I could run, but I promise you one thing, I don't believe in absolute statements. I will never run for political office, ever.
Okay. I'm just saying from a construction aspect, boy, do we need you.
I would clean things up quickly.
All right.
First on my route downtown.
Let's get Bremner set too. So again, a lot of exciting things here off the field as the Jays come home and begin their regular season, the home portion of the regular season tonight. Before we let you go, A 10-game road trip to start the season, obviously for construction reasons. Longest road trip to begin a season in the history of the Toronto Blue Jays. What, as someone from the outside looking in, Mark, what I loved about that road trip is it wasn't perfect. And you guys, you won more games than you lost. This team is giving off a vibe that maybe I haven't felt in previous years, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mark, that if things are going a bit sideways, they're not as shook as they used to be. They focus up quicker. Did you get the same feeling?
I felt the same way. I felt many of the things that we sought to address in the offseason were evident during the road trip. Most importantly, the resilience and grit. You know, the fact that these guys believe in themselves, believe in their talent, believe in each other. That it wasn't really dependent upon one player. Actually, obviously, 3 players were pretty incredibly impressive on the road trip. But there's so much upside for so many more guys to kind of start to contribute and impact the game. And even the guys that didn't impact offensively were doing some pretty exceptional things defensively. They were impacting the game on the base pass. So we are much more a multi-dimensional team than we were a year ago. We can impact the game. We can win games differently. We are more complete than we were, and I think more mature and more focused. And these guys aren't going to be satisfied until we're playing deep into October on the field behind me.
It's always great to see you.
Great to see you.
Because it means
well.
it's go time.
It is go time.
Whenever I see you, it is go time. Jays, home opener tonight. It is a sellout, to no one's surprise. There is so much to see in this building. And the brain president of it all, Mark Shapiro, is joining us this morning. Welcome back, Mark.
Great to see you.
Have a great home portion. Mark Shapiro, everyone, President of Toronto Blue Jays.